Chosen one, what I'm about to share with you will change your life forever. If you're watching this video right now, it's no accident. This moment was predestined by God Himself. His hand has guided you to hear this life-changing message, a divine truth designed to empower you, inspire your soul, and propel you into your destiny. This is your moment to rise, to embrace the greatness within, and to step into the amazing plan He has for your life. Chosen one, this is your season of favor. God is aligning everything for your abundance. You may have faced challenges, but don't let them define you. He's opening doors no man can shut and preparing blessings that will overflow in your life. Stay in faith, because your breakthrough is closer than you think. The abundance you've been praying for is already on its way, not because of what you've done, but because of who He is. Get ready. Your best days are ahead, and nothing can stop what God has planned for you. Chosen ones, before we step into this extraordinary revelation, I need you to take a moment and do 3 simple things. Hit that like button. Subscribe to help us grow this incredible family to 20,000 strong. And type 99 in the comments. Why 99? Because this number is not just a number, it's a key, unlocking divine energy, activating abundance, and multiplying blessings in your life. You're not here by accident, my friend. Your spirit has been drawn here for a reason. Deep inside, you already feel the truth stirring, calling you to step into the greatness that God has prepared for you. Stay with me until the end, because this message is for you, yes, you. Get ready to claim the abundance waiting for you, to rise into breakthroughs beyond your imagination, and to witness a divine shift that will leave you in awe. This is your time, chosen one. Let's step boldly into the life you were destined to live. There comes a moment in every journey where the struggle fades and the blessings overflow. You, my friend, are not here by accident. You are chosen by God, set apart for greatness. Today, I want to remind you of a truth so powerful that it will change the way you see your life. The responsibility of provision no longer rests on your shoulders. It rests in the hands of the Almighty Creator, the one who spoke the universe into existence, who knows the number of stars in the sky and the hairs on your head, has promised you an unending flow of abundance. This isn't just a fleeting hope or a distant dream. It is a divine guarantee. Imagine this, a sunrise that never sets, always illuminating your path with blessings, or a waterfall that pours endlessly, no matter how much you draw from it. That is the nature of God's provision for you. You are destined to live a life of abundance, not because of your own sweat and hustle, but because of God's unshakable faithfulness. He has vowed to provide for you forever. So, stop carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. Stop striving, stop struggling, and start trusting. Step into His promises. Declare your victory today. Say it with me. I am chosen. I am favored. I am unstoppable. Let me tell you something. God's blessings are chasing you down. You may have felt uncertain, wondering how your needs will be met. But let me assure you, His provision is certain, His promises are unbreakable, and His timing is always perfect. You can rest easy knowing your needs are already met. You're not subject to the uncertainties of life. You're walking in the certainty of God's divine plan. Now is your time to rise above. Trust in His timing, move with His purpose, and watch miracles unfold in your life. Take hold of His promises, speak life into your situation, and let the abundance of heaven pour into your life. You are chosen, you are loved, you are unstoppable. How has faith transformed your life? Share your story in the comments below. I'd love to hear how God's promises have worked in your journey. Friend, life is like a river. Sometimes the current feels strong, and we're paddling upstream, exhausted and overwhelmed. But when you step into God's grace, it's like suddenly turning around to go with the flow. His love carries you effortlessly, and what once felt impossible becomes a journey filled with peace and joy. You see, your life is a reflection of His love. Every blessing, every moment of joy is a reminder that God is with you, guiding you to a place of abundance. And this abundance isn't just about money. It's about living a life that's overflowing with love, with peace, with purpose. It's about waking up every morning with a heart full of gratitude, knowing that you're exactly where you're meant to be. Maybe you've been in a season of struggle. Maybe it's felt like no matter how hard you try, you just can't seem to move forward. But here's the good news. The moment you trusted God with your life, everything changed. You moved from trying to make things happen on your own to allowing His grace to lead you. The weight of your struggles is lifting, and His favor is clearing the way for you. Think about this. A farmer doesn't make the sun shine or the rain fall. All he does is plant the seeds and trust the process. That's what God is asking of you today. Trust Him. Trust that your efforts, your faith, and your prayers are enough, and He'll take care of the rest. His blessings will pour out in ways you can't even imagine. So let go of the fear, the doubt, and the worry. Say to yourself, I am chosen. I am loved. I am walking in God's abundance. Let His peace fill your heart and carry you forward. This is your time to thrive, your time to live in the fullness of all He has prepared for you. The river is flowing, my friend. Just step in and let His grace take you where you're meant to be. You know, life can feel overwhelming sometimes, can't it? We try so hard to make everything work, to have all the answers, to be in control. But what if I told you that you don't have to do it all on your own? God doesn't ask you to carry the weight of the world. He wants you to walk through life with confidence, not a confidence that comes from self-reliance, but one that comes from knowing you are supported by a power far greater than yourself. Let me share a story with you. Imagine a little boy walking with his father. The boy doesn't know where they're going, but he doesn't worry. Why? Because he knows his dad is holding his hand. He trusts that his father will keep him safe and provide for his needs. That's the kind of trust God invites you to have with Him. What if you lived like that? What if you woke up every morning knowing that God is holding your hand, guiding you, providing for you? When you embrace that kind of confidence, it changes everything. The stress, the doubt, the fear, they all start to fade away. And here's the truth. God's timing is perfect. His plan for your life is good. Even when the road ahead seems uncertain, He's working behind the scenes, opening doors, and preparing blessings for you. Can you see it? Can you feel it? So let me ask you this. What's holding you back from trusting Him completely? Today, I encourage you to take a step of faith. Let go of the anxiety. Let go of the need to control every detail. Instead, walk with the assurance that God is for you, not against you. He's your provider, your protector, your greatest supporter. No longer will you toil endlessly to make ends meet. From now on, wealth is God's responsibility, and your role is to step into His plan with joy, peace, and confidence. When you align with His will, you unlock a strength within yourself that no challenge can defeat. You discover that God's plans for you are not just to survive, but to thrive in every area of your life. Faith isn't about struggle. It's about freedom. It's about waking up each day with the assurance that the Creator of the universe is working on your behalf. Imagine carrying the peace that comes from knowing you don't have to figure it all out, because God already has the answers. You're not walking this journey alone. He's walking right beside you, guiding you to blessings you never thought possible. The more you let go of trying to control everything, the more room you give God to work His miracles. And let me tell you, God is not a God of small miracles. He's a God who can take you from where you are to places you never dreamed of, overflowing with abundance, surrounded by opportunities, and filled with purpose. As you trust Him and move forward with a joyful heart, you will begin to notice how everything starts aligning. It's not by chance, it's by God's design. You don't have to carry the burden of figuring out your financial future. Your task is to remain faithful, stay in gratitude, and do what you're called to do. And when you do, you'll see God open doors no man can shut and provide not just enough, but more than enough to bless you and those around you. So step into this truth with boldness. Trust in God's timing, celebrate His provision, and watch as your life is transformed by His abundant grace. It's time to cast aside every shadow of doubt and step into the brilliant light of your financial future. Imagine this: God has already opened the doors to abundance, and His promises are as sure as the rising sun. When He speaks, it is done. If He has called you to live a life of overflowing blessings, trust that the path has already been laid. Your dreams are like stars in the sky, vast, beautiful, and fully within His reach. What feels like a mountain in the natural realm is merely a stepping stone in the spiritual. Picture rivers of provision flowing into your life, carrying opportunities and resources you never thought possible. God's plan for you is one of overwhelming abundance that surpasses even your boldest hopes. Many wrestle with the idea of great wealth, feeling unworthy, or believing it's reserved for a select few. But hear this: you are chosen, you are loved, you are destined for greatness. The treasures of heaven are not just for your benefit. They are tools placed in your hands to build, bless, and transform the world around you. Whether you're called to lift others up, fund ministries, or create something that changes the course of history, God will rain down blessings to equip you. So, picture yourself stepping forward with unshakable faith, arms wide open, to receive all that God has for you. This is your season of breakthrough. This is your time to shine. The moment you banish doubt from your mind, you unlock the door to extraordinary miracles. Imagine a life where you're walking in divine favor, where doors of opportunity open effortlessly, and abundance flows into your life like a river. That's what God has planned for you. A future filled with prosperity, joy, and purpose beyond your wildest dreams. You weren't created to live in scarcity or struggle. God's promises for you are clear: financial abundance, overflowing blessings, and the fulfillment of every need. Picture this: the bills are paid, your family is thriving, and you have more than enough to share with others. That's the vision God has for you. Let go of the doubts that hold you back and embrace the certainty that God's blessings are already on their way. Stand tall with unshakable faith, knowing that He is positioning you for breakthroughs you can't yet see. What looks impossible now is only a stepping stone for God to show His power in your life. When you align your thoughts with His promises, your mindset shifts. Fear and worry are replaced with peace and joy. You begin to live boldly, taking steps of faith, knowing that God's provision is just around the corner. This is not wishful thinking. This is faith rooted in the certainty of God's unchanging word. Get ready, because your best days are ahead, and God is about to do something amazing in your life. Look back at every time He has provided for you in the past, every breakthrough, every answered prayer, every miracle. Think about that time when you didn't know how you would make it, but somehow the right door opened. Or the moment when you cried out for help and peace washed over you like a flood. Those moments weren't accidents. They were divine provisions, carefully orchestrated by God to remind you of His faithfulness. Let's consider someone like Oprah Winfrey. For years, Oprah faced setbacks and struggles, whether it was a challenging childhood or career obstacles. But despite all the hardships, she continued to persevere, relying on faith and determination. Eventually, she achieved incredible success and became a global icon. Now, she uses her platform to uplift others, share her wisdom, and encourage people to believe in themselves, just as God can turn situations around in ways we may never expect. Oprah's journey is a testament to the power of faith and persistence, reminding us that no matter how tough things get, divine interventions and strength can bring us to a place beyond what we imagined. As you meditate on these examples, ask yourself, hasn't God come through for you before? If He did it then, won't He do it again? This truth becomes a foundation upon which you can build your life. When you know that God will provide, you can move forward with confidence. You don't have to fear the unknown or worry about the future. The Creator of the universe has already planned out your life, and He's making a way for you to prosper. With this knowledge, you can face any challenge, knowing that God's provision will see you through. As you begin to walk in your divine abundance, some may question or doubt your success. But let me remind you, their opinions don't define your destiny. What God has promised you is secure. It's not subject to anyone else's approval. Your abundance is a testament to God's faithfulness, and no one can take that away from you. Think about it. When God blesses you, no one can curse you. So, when doubts arise, hold on to your testimony. Look back at what God has done and step forward, knowing He has even greater things ahead. Your wealth and success are not accidents. They are signs of God's favor and His abundant provision. Even in moments of doubt or ridicule, stand firm. God's promises are unshakable, and His blessings are meant to display His glory. Trust Him, and abundance will flow effortlessly into your life. When you walk with God, success finds you. You don't have to strive or struggle. Just trust in His timing and promises. God's blessings are not fleeting, but eternal, meant to impact generations. Let your life reflect His goodness, and as you rise, others will see His power in your abundance. God's provision is a gift, not something you need to chase. While the world demands effort and hustle, God calls you to rest in His promises. His blessings are not just for your benefit. They are tools to fulfill His purpose in your life. Trust Him, and He will provide beyond measure. Your success is a reflection of God's perfect plan for your life. He provides not just enough, but more than enough. God's blessings are a testimony to His greatness, meant to silence any doubt or opposition. As you trust and obey Him, you step into a life of overflow and true freedom. God doesn't just give you wealth for personal gain. He gives it so you can impact the world. As you step into His abundance, remember, your blessings are a platform to demonstrate His power and fulfill your purpose. Rest in Him and watch as He exceeds all expectations for your life. This responsibility is not a burden but a privilege. You are now in a divine partnership with God, a partnership designed to make a difference, impact lives, and leave a legacy that echoes for generations to come. When you allow God to guide your wealth, it becomes a tool in His hands to accomplish something far greater than you could ever imagine on your own. Your wealth is not just a blessing for you, but an opportunity to advance God's kingdom and share His love with the world. Think about it. When you give, you're not just helping someone in need. You're working alongside God to fulfill His higher purpose. Whether it's feeding a hungry family, supporting a ministry, or building a safe haven for those in need, your wealth becomes a seed that produces eternal rewards. Wealth, when entrusted to God, has the power to transform communities, heal brokenness, and spread hope in ways that are miraculous. This is the true power of divine prosperity. It's not just about the lifestyle you can live, but about the lives you can uplift. As you partner with God and embrace this responsibility, your wealth takes on a divine purpose. You'll find that true fulfillment comes not from holding on to what you have, but from pouring it out in service to others. And here's the promise: the more you give, the more you will receive. This is the principle of abundance, God's law of sowing and reaping. You are chosen for this. God has placed you in this position of influence and prosperity for a reason. Trust Him, and as you use your wealth to fulfill His purpose, you'll witness blessings that overflow in every area of your life. Together with God, you'll make an impact that will last for generations. My friend, divine richness begins with a grateful heart. When you start to see life through the lens of gratitude, you'll realize that every good thing in your life is a gift from God. His faithfulness is the foundation of every blessing you've ever received. It's not just about material wealth. It's about the peace, joy, and love that fill your heart when you recognize His hand in your life. Think back to those moments when you felt lost or unsure, and God showed up in ways you never expected. Maybe it was a friend who spoke the right words at the right time, or an opportunity that came out of nowhere just when you needed it most. Those moments weren't by accident. They were God reminding you, "I am with you." Gratitude shifts your perspective. Instead of focusing on what you lack, you begin to see the abundance all around you. Every sunrise becomes a sign of His mercy. Every kind gesture becomes proof of His love. Even the challenges you face take on new meaning as you see how God uses them to strengthen your faith and grow your character. When you cultivate gratitude, you stop striving for what's next and start appreciating what's already in your hands. And as you live in that place of thankfulness, God pours out even more blessings into your life. Why? Because gratitude opens the door to His abundance. It's a declaration of trust in His faithfulness and His plan for your life. So today, I challenge you. Take a moment to thank God for what you have. Count your blessings one by one, and let your heart be filled with awe for His goodness. Gratitude isn't just something you feel. It's a way of life. And when you live in gratitude, you step into the divine richness God has prepared for you. As you step into the abundant life that God has planned for you, there will be moments when others doubt your success or even mock your blessings. But let this be your reminder. No one can stop what God has set in motion. His favor on your life is undeniable, unshakable, and unstoppable. When others criticize or question you, turn to God in prayer. Ask Him for strength to stay firm in His promises and wisdom to keep moving forward in faith. Remember, your success isn't about proving others wrong. It's about fulfilling the purpose God has placed within you. Every blessing, every breakthrough, every moment of abundance is a reflection of His love for you. Let your victories be a testimony of God's power to transform lives. And when criticism arises, pray for the grace to forgive, the patience to endure, and the courage to keep your eyes on Him. You are not defined by others' opinions. You are defined by the Word of God. Speak His promises over your life, declaring, "I am blessed, I am favored, and I am walking in His divine purpose." Trust that His plans for you are far greater than what anyone else could imagine. As you walk in faith, you will see the evidence of His goodness unfold. The doubters will see it too, and your life will stand as undeniable proof of God's favor. So pray boldly, believe deeply, and trust completely. God's blessings are on the way. Let me tell you something. Living in the fullness of God's provision isn't just about getting by. It's about thriving. It's about waking up every day knowing that God has more in store for you than you can imagine. You see, God's provision isn't limited. He's the God of more than enough. He wants to bless you in your finances, your relationships, your health, and your dreams. Maybe you're thinking, that sounds good, but I don't see it in my life right now. Let me encourage you. It's a journey. Trust grows as you walk with Him. I believe this with all my heart. You're not here by accident. You're chosen by God. He's placed His hand on your life, and He's leading you to a place of abundance. But here's the key. You have to believe it. You have to step into it with faith. Here's what I want you to do. Start speaking life over your situation. Say, I am blessed. I am thriving. God's provision is working in every area of my life. When you speak those words, you're releasing God's power. You're aligning your thoughts with His promises. Friend, don't let fear or doubt hold you back. God's already gone ahead of you, opening doors, lining up opportunities, and preparing blessings you haven't even dreamed of yet. You're not just surviving, you're living in the overflow. And the best part, God isn't finished with you. The best is yet to come. This is the life God has called you to. One of peace, abundance, and joy. Imagine standing on the edge of a golden pathway, ready to step into the fullness of God's promises. Are you ready to take that step today? Stepping into wealth is not about taking a giant leap into the unknown. It's about walking forward with confidence, knowing that God is with you every step of the way. Divine assurance means that everything you need for success is already on its way to you. You no longer have to wonder if you're on the right path. God has already paved it. Now, it's time for you to walk boldly into it. Take the first step today. Write that business plan you've been putting off. Make that phone call to pursue the opportunity that's been on your heart. Sign up for the course that will equip you with the tools you need to grow. Whatever it is, don't wait. Take action with the confidence that God is guiding you. Whether it's starting a new venture, making an investment, or pursuing a dream you've kept on hold, step forward without fear. God is not only with you, He's making a way for you. His plans for your success are already in motion. The only thing left is for you to step into them. Your action is the bridge between where you are and where God wants to take you. Remember, you are not walking alone. With God by your side, you can take bold steps, knowing that His blessings are waiting for you. Today is the day to move forward. Trust Him, take action, and watch as His plans for your life unfold in ways greater than you can imagine. Wealth is not something you have to strive for. It is a natural result of walking in God's favor. The Bible says, "The Lord will provide," Genesis 22:14, and His provision is more than enough. As you trust in Him, you will see blessings overflow in your life, just as it is written, "My God will supply all your needs according to His riches in glory in Christ Jesus." Philippians 4:19. When you walk in faith, every resource, every opportunity, every blessing that comes into your life becomes proof of God's unchanging promises. He has said, "I will never leave you nor forsake you." Hebrews 13:5. And as you step forward in faith, you will witness how everything aligns perfectly, effortlessly, and according to His divine plan. Your wealth is not just for your own comfort. It's a powerful testimony to the world that God is faithful. The Bible reminds us in Deuteronomy 8:18, "It is He who gives you the power to produce wealth. Every blessing you receive is evidence that His word never returns void." Remember, my friend, when people see the abundance in your life, they will know that it comes from the Lord. Your life becomes a beacon of hope, a living example of what happens when we trust God fully. This testimony of divine provision will inspire others to believe that they too can experience His goodness and walk in His favor. Let this truth settle in your heart today. God's blessings are not just for now, they are for future generations. He is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Hebrews 13:8. Trust Him, honor Him, and watch as His promises unfold in your life. Your legacy will be one of faithfulness, abundance, and the undeniable truth that God is a provider who always delivers on His promises. You are chosen for greatness, and greatness is not something you strive to earn. It is a gift from God, uniquely placed within you. Declare this today: I am free from my past, and I am ready for God's blessings. Release the struggles, the regrets, and the doubts that no longer serve you. Like a river breaking through a dam, let God's blessings flow into every area of your life. The setbacks you've faced were not meant to stop you, but to strengthen you for the path ahead. They were lessons, not losses, and they've prepared you for a future filled with purpose. Your past does not define you. God's calling does. Speak this over your life: my history is not my destiny. You are stepping into a new chapter, one overflowing with opportunity, favor, and grace. God's plan for you is not just good, it's great. Visualize yourself walking boldly into His promises, confident that His favor surrounds you like a shield. The challenges you've faced may have felt overwhelming, but remember this: God is turning every battle into a blessing. The darkest nights are always followed by the brightest mornings. Your future is brighter than you can imagine, and the best is yet to come. Declare over your life: I am victorious. I am blessed. I am unstoppable. This is your time to rise. Let go of the limitations you once believed were holding you back, and embrace the greatness God has prepared for you. Say this aloud: I am stepping into my divine calling. I will live a life of purpose, prosperity, and joy. Nothing can stop what God has started in your life. Walk into your future with boldness, for it is a future filled with His glory and unshakable promises. The world may try to convince you that resources are limited, that success is out of reach, and that there's only so much to go around. But God operates on an entirely different system, a system of abundance, overflow, and limitless provision. His blessings are not confined by the rules of scarcity. They flow freely, covering every need and exceeding every expectation. When you step into God's promise of divine wealth, you leave behind the mindset of lack and step into a life of plenty. Imagine walking into a field filled with a never-ending harvest. Everywhere you look, there's more than enough. That's what God's provision looks like in your life. It's not just about material things. It's about having peace when others are worried, joy when circumstances are difficult, and confidence when the future seems uncertain. God's abundance isn't just about what He can give you. It's about who He's calling you to become. So, He wants to transform your mindset so you no longer see barriers but opportunities. While the world focuses on what's missing, you'll begin to see what's possible. While others operate in fear of running out, you'll walk in faith, knowing that God's supply never runs dry. This shift starts with faith. When you believe that God is your source, you stop striving and start trusting. You begin to live in the freedom of knowing that He's already made a way. Doors will open, opportunities will appear, and blessings will flow. Not because of what you've done, but because of who He is. He is the God of more than enough, and His plans for you are overflowing with goodness. So today, make the choice to embrace God's abundance. Don't settle for a mindset of scarcity when He's offering you a life of overflow. As you align your thoughts, words, and actions with His promises, you'll begin to see the extraordinary ways He provides. And as you live in this abundance, you'll not only be blessed, but also become a blessing to those around you. And because His wealth has no limits, your potential is truly limitless. Embrace this truth today and let the overflow begin. When you allow yourself to fully embrace the glory of God's provision, you step into a life that far exceeds your expectations. What once seemed impossible becomes your reality. What you once dreamed of now becomes your testimony. God is a God of abundance. God is a God of more than enough. He doesn't just want to meet your needs, He wants to exceed them. He wants to bless you so richly that you become a blessing to everyone around you. You see, His provision is not just for your survival, it's for your success. It's for your joy. It's for your purpose. Too often we limit ourselves with thoughts like, I don't deserve it, or it's not possible. But let me tell you today, those thoughts are not from God. God says, you are chosen. You are loved. You are unstoppable. When you stop limiting yourself and start trusting Him, you step into a realm of blessings that go beyond your wildest dreams. The promotion you didn't see coming, the healing you thought wasn't possible, the opportunity that came out of nowhere. These are the signs of God's abundant provision. He doesn't just want to give you enough, He wants to give you overflow. His blessings are designed to launch you into a destiny bigger than you could have imagined. God is a God of abundance. God is a God of more than enough. The more you trust Him, the more He opens doors that no one can shut. The more you rely on Him, the more He pours out opportunities, favor, and blessings. Whether it's in your finances, your relationships, or your personal growth, His provision will always exceed your expectations. Stop striving, start trusting, stop doubting, start believing. When you surrender your plans to His will, you'll discover that His plans are so much greater, so much bigger, and so much better. Get ready for the surprises, the blessings, and the joy that come from walking in alignment with His purpose for your life. God is a God of abundance, and He's ready to reveal His glory in your life. Are you ready to receive it? Let me tell you something amazing today. This is your season to step into the supernatural flow of God's blessings. Have you ever felt like something incredible was just around the corner, waiting for you to claim it? That's because God is opening a new chapter in your life, one filled with abundance and provision. This is not a season of struggle or scarcity. This is a season of overflow. When you align yourself with God's plan, blessings don't just happen. They flow freely into your life, like rivers carrying life and renewal wherever they go. God's hand is moving for you right now, opening doors you didn't even know were there, orchestrating miracles, and pouring out His goodness in ways only He can. Think about this. What if you saw every challenge as an opportunity for God to show His favor? What if you woke up every morning and declared, "This is my season. I am walking in God's abundance"? When you shift your mindset, everything changes. You begin to recognize that abundance isn't something you earn. It's something God has already promised you. And here's the best part. These blessings are not just for you. God is blessing you so you can be a blessing to others. He's making you a vessel of His grace, His love, and His favor. As His blessings overflow in your life, they will touch everyone around you, leaving a legacy of hope and transformation. So today, I want you to step into this new season with boldness and joy. Know that God's favor is already upon you. You don't have to strive or fight for it. Just trust, believe, and walk in His promises. This is your time. Let the supernatural flow of God's blessings carry you into the extraordinary life He has prepared for you. The journey to divine wealth is like walking through a grand hallway filled with doors of opportunity, each one crafted by God, waiting for you to step through. These doors are not ordinary. They are doors of destiny, leading to a life of abundance and purpose. Can you see it? Imagine standing before a golden door, glowing with promise. You may not know what's behind it, but God does. He is holding the key, ready to unlock it at the perfect moment. It could be a job offer, a surprise financial breakthrough, or a connection that changes everything. These aren't random events. They are divine miracles. Think about the story of Joseph. His trials felt like endless closed doors, but each one was a step closer to the grand gateway of destiny. When the moment came, God opened the door that elevated Joseph from the shadows of the prison to the heights of the palace. Just like Joseph, your trials today are shaping you for the doors of opportunity that lie ahead. Here's the truth. Behind every challenge is a divine door waiting to open. It may feel like you're surrounded by darkness now, but just as the morning sun breaks through the night, God's light will reveal the opportunities He's prepared for you. Take a moment and picture yourself standing at a crossroads. You might feel unsure, but God is saying, "Trust me." Walk forward. The door you're looking for is right ahead. These doors don't just lead to wealth. They lead to fulfillment, joy, and the ability to bless others. Your breakthrough is coming. Behind every closed door is a greater one waiting to open wide. Keep your faith strong, your heart steadfast, and your eyes on God. This is your moment to walk boldly into the future He has designed for you. The door to your miracle is just a step of faith away. Let me tell you something today. True wealth isn't about how much you can gather for yourself. It's about how much you can give, how much you can impact the world around you. Imagine this. You're walking in divine abundance, and God is showing you how to take the blessings He's given you and use them to uplift others. Every blessing you have, every dollar you earn, every resource that comes into your hands, it's not by chance. God gave it to you for a reason. He's saying, "I've entrusted you with this so you can be a blessing." When you step out in faith and use what you've been given to help someone in need, to support a cause, or to further His kingdom, you're not just making an impact, you're fulfilling your purpose. And here's what I love about God. The more you give, the more He pours into your life. He doesn't just add, He multiplies. He sees your generosity, your heart to serve, and He says, "I'm going to bless you even more." That's the kind of God we serve, one who takes what you give and uses it to create a ripple effect that touches lives you may never even meet. So today, let me ask you, how are you using the blessings God has given you? Are you holding on to them tightly, or are you using them to reflect His love? Because when you trust God with your wealth, when you give with an open heart, He will show you that true wealth isn't about accumulating, it's about contributing. Remember, you are chosen, you are loved, you are unstoppable. Step into the abundance God has for you, and watch how He turns your blessings into something far greater than you ever imagined. He's not just blessing you for your own benefit. He's preparing you to be a blessing to the world. God's timing is always perfect. Maybe right now, it feels like nothing is happening in your life. But let me remind you, God is never late. Just as He sets the stars in the sky and the sun in its course, He's setting your life in motion for blessings beyond what you can imagine. Have you ever wondered why some seasons feel so quiet? That's the preparation phase. And when the time is right, suddenly, the floodgates of heaven open and blessings start pouring in. Picture a farmer planting seeds. He doesn't see the harvest immediately, but in due time, it comes in abundance. So today I encourage you, be patient, be faithful, be thankful. Trust God's process, because when you're in the right place, at the right time, with the right heart, everything falls into place. You are chosen, you are loved, you are unstoppable.